Biden and China have inked a secret deal. China will help Biden isolate Russia and Biden will help China evade Trump-era restrictions. We have actually connected the dots to unearth this secret deal. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tejasvi Malhotra. Let's begin. Dalip Singh, US Deputy National Security Advisor for International Economics, has given a bit of shocking advice. Let's reduce sanctions on Chinese goods to combat soaring inflation. But why this sudden announcement? Let's find out. Singh said that Washington is considering reducing tariffs on non-strategic goods from China like bicycles and apparel to combat skyrocketing inflation. Singh said while they may have created negotiating leverage, they serve no strategic purpose. He added our opportunities to reframe the purpose of these tariffs so that they are advancing real strategic priorities of the United States. Now, this may sound like an abrupt move, but you need to understand the context in which the Biden administration is doing this. Recently, it was reported that China's UnionPay has refused to cooperate with Russia's biggest lender, Sberbank, and has also suspended talks with other banks due to fears of secondary sanctions. UnionPay was earlier being touted as an alternative to Visa and MasterCard in Russia. Similarly, China has suspended scientific cooperation with Russian institutions. China's actions were perceived as an attempt to placate the West. The US and its allies were concerned about the proclamation of a no-limits friendship between Moscow and Beijing. This meant a threat of sanctions and tariffs against Beijing if it engaged in any sort of cooperation with the Russians. So Jinping made it clear to the West, I want to trade with you even if I have to abandon Russia. Biden therefore wants to reward Xi Jinping by handing him revocation of Trump-era tariffs. But the plot gets thicker. Apparently, it isn't Xi Jinping who made the first move by abandoning Russia. Rather, it is Biden who approached the Chinese with some major gifts. In March, Biden announced that his administration will reinstate tariff exemptions for 352 Chinese products, which were first hit with punitive tariffs during the Trump era. The US Trade Representative had then said today's determination was made after careful consideration of the public comments and in consultation with other US agencies. Now, this was a major gift for the Chinese and an offer of sorts from Biden. The US president was telling the Chinese Communist Party that regardless of your crimes, I am happy to reward you if you do as I say. Xi Jinping probably understood Biden's message and tried to test the Biden administration by abandoning Russia. And guess what? It actually worked. Biden has reciprocated with a plan to remove tariffs on non-strategic Chinese goods. If China gets somewhat critical of Russia, Biden may even cooperate in the semiconductor sector with the Chinese. From China's perspective, Biden's proposal is quite lucrative. Remember, China is currently in the middle of a major economic crisis. The real estate downfall and trade wars have already ravaged its economy. And now a major COVID-19 wave in the country is sabotaging the Chinese economy. Therefore, Xi desperately needed some good news and Biden has given that good news to him. Xi would have been more than happy to sign a secret deal with Biden wherein the US drops tariffs on Chinese goods and China abandons Russia. From the way things are going, it seems that the deal has already been inked.